Hey everybody, sorry about my face. It's not meant to be scary. It's meant to help me explain the holiday of El Dia de los Muertos. I'm going to just break it down really quick. My mom is from Spain. People usually ask me if I like to be called Latin or Hispanic. I usually just tell them Hispanic, but really I prefer just Spanish. It's very easy. So, this day is actually a beautiful holiday. It's amazing. I cannot wait to explain it to you. So, to start off, National Geographic website explains that El Dia de los Muertos is actually a couple days. It's like a big festival instead of just one day. So it starts on November 1st and goes to November 2nd, but some people don't know is it actually can go to a third day too. It's pretty exciting. I'll explain it in a minute. It's typically Latin or Mexican. Many places call it All Saints Day. I've never heard of it, but some people celebrate it, I guess. The origin is from Mexico. It's combined with Aztec rituals and Catholicism. In case you guys didn't know, many Latin or Spanish cultures are Catholic. The belief of this culture is that this day is supposed to help everyone get back together with their dead and celebrate their life instead of being sad about it. So they're supposed to be happy about how it all went down. They cook all their foods that they like and they invite them back and to be with the real world again. It's very beautiful. So they believed that the dead would actually be insulted with about their sadness. So the masks or the calaveras, which is a skull, were meant to scare them away so they wouldn't haunt them afterwards. So they celebrate with their favorite foods, their drinks, activities, parties, all these cool things. The dead are awakened to celebrate with them. That's the point of it. And the classic symbols are these sugar skulls. I'm sure many of you have seen them. They're usually brightly colored or they've got names on them. They're actually kind of scary looking to people who don't understand. But they're actually meant to be very happy. They're called calacas y calaveras. Calacas are skeletons and calaveras are skulls. So, the skulls are actually very, very significant. That's why everyone paints their faces, and I will explain that. AZ Central, the website, it's fantastic. It puts it into great description. It explains how the face is painted, different ways to do it, and I had to write down some notes because the colors I didn't actually know, all the meanings of all the colors, only a few of them. So, the meaning of the face is you're supposed to paint pictures of yourself with your paint or a reflection of some traits of the loved one that's passed already. So the color on my face, I tried to put them all together. It's really hard to put all the colors together without looking like a clown, so I did my best. The yellow, I got my yellow flower, explains the sun or unity. It's a typically used color. The white is the base. Everyone uses white for their base. It means purity. It's meant to seem kind and it's meant to make it easier for spirits to approach you. You don't want to seem scary. So they come to you because you have a pure face. The red represents blood and life. So many people use red. I've used purple the last few years, unfortunately. Purple represents grieving, sadness, mourning, all the very sad things like suffering. Pink, I use that on my lipsticks today. It's meant for happiness. Many people will use gems. I mean, they're not required or anything. I just think they're super cool. So, marigolds are actually what we usually use. Unfortunately, I don't have any marigolds with me. My garden doesn't have any marigolds yet because, well, it's not really the season for it. But you're supposed to use the petals to create a pathway for the spirits to find their way home or to their loved ones. The ofrenda is also a really big part of it. I made my ofrenda, so I'm gonna have to move the camera. It's a little awkward. Sorry. I'll try to keep it steady. I have really shaky hands. So, I have mine for my grandfather. These are a few pictures of him, some of his things. I have his old baseball bat and his watch and a deck of cards because he loved playing cards with me. And as you can see, I've got my Bible and I've got some candles up. And I also have actual candles for the actual holiday. So again, my family does celebrate that. It's a little weird to go out and celebrate that looking like this. Unfortunately, I also don't have my dress. I could not get a hold of it because it's April and we don't celebrate it in April. So I would have to do a lot of digging in my barn, and I went through boxes and I couldn't find them. So the Day of the Dead holiday website is an actual thing. It gives you a countdown on how long until the actual holiday. So it'll tell you like 112 days and 58 hours and so long and so forth. It's actually very cute. It's meant to explain it and make it easier to understand for people who don't celebrate it. So it's technically, again, the 2-day holiday. So I'll explain this now. It breaks down. So midnight on November 1st is Dia de los Angelinos, which means spirits of the children. So this is babies or toddlers that didn't quite make it. And they celebrate by putting their toys and making it a very kid-friendly ofrenda, making the children want to come back and see them. It's very, very sweet. So then midnight on November 2nd, it's Dia de los Difuntos, and that's spirits of the adults. And then it goes to Dia de los Muertos, which is the grand finale where they clean up the headstones and they decorate them and they restore the color. And it's very, very beautiful. So I'm hoping that this was very, very informative for you guys. I'm hoping you guys really want to celebrate it too, because it's not necessarily about the religion. It's about celebrating the life of your loved ones. So I hope you guys can join me next November.